Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Dee Talk Live Mondays. Good evening to everybody that is watching us on this glorious, glorious Melbourne night. It is beautiful outside. It is gorgeous. Very, very beautiful, beautiful night. Tonight we talk about another awesome topic, and I'm so glad that everybody is watching and joining us tonight as well. Things are happening and it's so amazing. The buzz in Melbourne, the atmosphere, the way people are towards each other, it's changed so beautifully and to such a gorgeous dynamic as well. So tonight, we talk about, love again, and a great topic which can be quite taboo in one sort of sense, So tonight we're talking about, what is appropriate to do in front of your partner, what is like legitimate etiquette, what basically is right to do. Especially if you've been with this person for a long time, or when you first meet somebody as well, because obviously we have morals and we have ways in which we deal with specific things and how we act, so there are traits, they're the way we think is appropriate as in front of them, to act in front of them as well, because sometimes this stuff gets really embarrassing as well, especially if you don't mean to do it and stuff. I've heard stories. It's been crazy. So tonight on Love Talk, it is all about the etiquette. It is all about what is right. It is all about what is wrong. It is all about what is acceptable. And some people might not even think that it's wrong though, or right, because there are different ways in order to look at the situation, Hey Georgia! So there are different ways to actually understand this topic as well, because most of the times you're like, oh my God, should I do that? Or, should he do this? Or is it right for me to, go to the toilet in front of my partner? Is that how comfortable the situation has become, this relationship has become? Should I pass wind? Should I burp? And I've obviously in today's post, I wrote about somebody who was doing it on purpose. He was like burping all the time. I'm like, you're embarrassing. Like, you don't do things like that. There are specific times and there are specific moments where you do burp or you don't burp, or you do this, and there's always a time and place for everything, And that's why my question today is, to fart or not to fart? That is the question. Because today it's all about etiquette. It's all about, what we do in front of people and how we act. And it's also about, your manners, like when I go to a restaurant, because I love wearing my cut-off gloves, I love wearing gloves in particular. I funk up my outfits. It's part of my look, because I am very eclectic, very eccentric with the way that I dress consistently. Everybody knows how I am. I can look different one way, different the other way. It's great, right? But when I'm at the dinner table, obviously I'll take off, my gloves if we're out for dinner with friends and stuff. And it's part of etiquette. It's part of, respect, because some people can see it in a different way and take it in a different way and perceive things in a different way, because that's just how they are, But when it comes down to relationships, like how specific do you have to be? How specific do things have to be? When you've been with somebody, I understand that people are comfortable with doing these types of things, like so with, passing wind or burping or, going to the toilet in front of each other, and I've got nothing against it, it's part of, but that's why we're asking this question, because it's hilarious. What is acceptable and what should be deemed as being, a taboo and a no or a yes, Hey Mary, thank you guys for joining me tonight. You're beautiful. Yeah, so what should we do? Like there have been like many cases where people have said to me, it really depends on the person. And it's got to do with how comfortable people are. Because there's been many cases where I know where people just go to the toilet in front of each other and not care, or, you know, burp in front of each other, you know, but for me, it's personal, you know, like, in all honesty and experience, if I'm out and, you know, I'm in front of people, obviously I'm not going to sit there going, or whatever it is that you do. You'll more or less just, you know, try and burp, you know, like a lady in what sense. Even a man, like, regardless, it's not a feminist thing and it's not a sexual connotation thing, right? Even with men, I think they should be a bit more, you know, respectable with stuff like that, because it can be rude sometimes. And it can be a bit in your face and, you know, derogatory, like, in that way. And, you know, people can take it, you know, differently. Not to say people are uptight either, but there are ways, there are, you know, places for doing stuff like that. But when you're out, you know, I think it's a bit rude, and it can be taken on board as being, oh my God, you know, like, why are people, you know, doing somewhat sense burping or farting or whatever and stuff. Hey Betty! Thanks for joining me. I love you. Yeah, so even when, you know, you meet the guy, the first time you meet the guy or the girl, right? You guys are on a date and stuff. The last thing they want to hear is hearing you burping or passing wind or whatever it is, right? Like, why would you even want them to hear that and have that sort of mindset and stuff, you know, with you and stuff? So, like, why would you, you know, give them that sort of understanding upon that type of person that you are? It's like, this girl burps. What's going on? You know, like, I don't understand. Like, what, you know, and they get turned off because you get turned off because it is rude. It's somewhat, you know, embarrassing. All right, if you've been married for like 40 years or whatever, go ahead, go to the toilet in front of each other. I don't know, like, whatever floats your boat, whatever's more comfortable. You know, through my experience, my parents are nothing like that and have never been. Maybe they've walked on each other while they're in the toilet and then one of them gets upset with the other one, but they've never ever stayed sitting there going, okay, so I'm waiting for you to go to the toilet, and they're having a conversation. Other people though, right, other people, like friends and the stuff that I know, go to the toilet, you know, and speak on the phone. And I've done it many times as well, especially if I'm really really minimal, like with time. I don't have that much time. I'll sit there and I'll speak to my friend. I'll be like, listen, I'm on the toilet, like, I can hear you, it's all good. They're like, oh, that's lovely, that's great, thanks for like letting us know and stuff like that. But that's the relationship that we have, yeah? So it's understandable, everything's understandable. You're able to do what you feel more comfortable with, especially when you're in a relationship with somebody. I guess you can go to the toilet in front of them if you've been with them for a long amount of time. But in all honesty, if you're wanting to do that and you feel comfortable doing that, go ahead, you know, do what you have to do. Go to the toilet, fart, burp, whatever it is, do it, you know. It really depends on the relationship, and it really depends on the comfort and obviously traits, because not everybody's going to be the same, and not everyone's going to think the same, right? Because we are all so different, but we're so special within our own sort of way, you know. But that's why, like, a friend of mine, actually, we spoke about this topic. It was hilarious. And when I first thought about putting it up as a post for us to talk about today on Dee Love Talk, I thought, you know what, it is somewhat quite a topic of interest, because not many people talk about it. But others might say, oh, you know what happened to me on this date? This guy, he just like burped, and, you know, and some people do it because they want you to get turned off by them. So I remember a while back that this guy, I remember, was burping because, you know, when you're younger and stuff, and I really liked him, right? And he really liked me, but he was scared, obviously. And a lot of people tend to be scared of relationships and stuff, right? We've spoken about this many times. But he burped on purpose just to get rid of me, because he knew that it put me off. And obviously I'm not going to be sitting there and going, oh, this is amazing and whatever and stuff. People do things sometimes because of the way that they're feeling, or the way, something just passed me by, that was great, like a little, the way that they're feeling, or the way they're in a situation, or a time in their lives where they're like, you know what, I am not really feeling, what's going on because I'm scared, or I really do like the girl, but and then they come back to you later, like years later, and then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry I did what I did. And I found out the reason. The reason was because he was scared and he didn't want to go the next step, because it's like, I'm falling in love with you, or I really like you, or blah, blah, blah. It could be anything, But that's what I mean. Like, stuff you could always, and it's funny though, because you're able to see and view it and say, oh my God, this is what's actually happening, and now I know, like why this is happening and stuff. That's why it's like you dissecting it in somewhat sense, which is great, Anyway, so that's why we thought we'll speak about tonight and talk about, this taboo sort of relationship topic. And I'm sure many people do it and stuff, and it's all normal and relative, but it's whatever you're comfortable with, and what you want to do, like, and if you've got that relationship and you've been with that person for so long, it's amazing because you're able to express yourselves and be comfortable with each other. It's about being comfortable. And if you're able to be that comfortable, I guess, you know each other so well and your traits are so comfortable. I just have the thing where in front of people that I don't, like when you're out, I think it's a bit rude. But when you're together, they're the things that you share together. That's what's so wonderful and so beautiful about being in a relationship and stuff. So, and being able to share those things, even though they're those, etiquette things, of going to the toilet, or, passing wind or burping and stuff, because you get to that stage where you get really comfortable and you're like, okay, it's now time, I can, do this, and my partner's not going to, take, because he loves you or she loves you 110%. And they're not going to sit there judging you for something that you felt comfortable, or sometimes comes out and you can't even fucking, sorry again, F word, bad F-bomb, so sorry, LOL, you can't stop, let's just say, it coming out at that, at that stage and stuff. I'm real, I'm raw, and I'm vulnerable. See that? The F word. It's not part of the vocabulary, but it comes out when it needs to, when I'm passionate. It's amazing. Oh my God, I love it. Anyway, so that was our beautiful talk for today, for Monday's Dee Talk Live. I have got amazing news, and that's why I thought I'll leave it to last. We also have Dee Talk Live on Thursday, and there is an amazing topic coming up. So you guys will love, right? I love that you all support me and love me so much. You guys mean the world to me. And this is the announcement. So in a couple of weeks, we, the What Dee Thinks team, have decided to take Dee on the streets. So we will have Dee Talk Live on the streets. Oh my God. And it's going to be in various locations. So if I see you out, please come and say hello. Please come and get involved in the conversation. It's going to be dynamic Dee in the making. We are going to have so much fun, so much positivity, and so much power. We're going to get everyone involved. The topics are sensational. People are already on it. I have gone and spoken to various hotspots around Melbourne, and they are ready and waiting for us to do these lives, which is going to be amazing. We're going to be talking to random people on the street. We're going to get out there and just really work the idea and get people to know and understand what we stand for, yeah? Because this is what Dee thinks. So we're really, really excited about this idea. There will be announcements throughout the lives as well and before, so you guys get ready so you can actually join me at these lives, which is great. I get to meet a lot of you guys, new people that I haven't met. Come down. If you've never met me before, I'd love to meet you. Get involved. We'll start a conversation, have a bit of a chat. It'll be amazing. Yes, Mary, it is a fantastic idea. Everybody's so excited about it as well, and so am I. It's going to be fantastic. So please stay tuned with posts on Facebook, Instagram, on my lives as well, because there is so much that is coming to the surface and it's going to be amazing. So many new things that are coming up, so many new collaborations, and a lot of amazing things coming up. So we are on the streets. Dee Talk Live is going on the street, which is amazing. As I said, various hotspots, major restaurants, bars, whatever you want will be there. So get excited, because I am. All these, places are. So it'll be amazing. Thank you again all for joining me tonight. You've been wonderful. Thank you to Instagram. Thank you to Facebook. Please join me again on Thursday for Dee Talk Live. And if you haven't already, my Instagram followers, I love you, and my Facebook guys, I love you too. Send the word out. Please share our page. Please like our pages. Please follow us on Instagram at What Dee Thinks. If you're following me on my other account, personal account, please follow us also on What Dee Thinks. Get involved, support us. We love you. Give us our love and support, because we're going to make such a difference to society, because that's what we're going to do. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous evening, and I look forward to seeing you guys again on Thursday. What Dee Thinks. Bye, everybody. See you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you.